All right, not only are we in hurricane season, it's also summertime. I know some parents are like, oh, send the kids back to school.
Full time.
Yeah, so parents, we want to prepare you with some tips to keep your kids safe this summer as well.
That's right. Joining us right now is pediatrician with 40 years of experience, Dr. Michelle Perro. She's the CEO and founder of the website GMOScience.org. She is the host of the new MDs podcast on YouTube, and she joins us now with Summer Smarts. Aloha, Dr. Michelle.
Aloha, thank you for having me today.
And happy summer, because summer is knocking on our door and students are nearing the end of the school year. Many of them are going to be heading to the beach or the pool or, just getting out and about. So is it okay if we can please start with water safety?
100%. Lena, girl, it is one of my favorite topics. And you've got a few beaches there in Hawaii. And I'd say, get those kids in the water. But let's a few tips. Supervision. Adult supervision. And please, parents, put the phone down. When I say supervise, that's not looking at your phone. You need to watch your children at all times because of those dangers of rip tides and whatever's happening. The kids aren't prepared. Number 2, I say, I love floaties too, but they are not water-saving devices. You need life jackets, U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets. And please remember that children can drown. I know, not a great topic, but even small amounts of water. So around your home, if you have those pools, those little kiddie pools or buckets of water, those can be sources of drowning as well. So make sure all water sources are protected from your children. And 2 more tips is, please teach your children to swim. A local Red Cross waterproof class. Perhaps you or a neighbor knows how to swim and can teach the kids. Even the littlest of babies I've seen swim. And parents, take a course in CPR. Your local Red Cross offers very affordable basic CPR classes. We're not all becoming paramedics. That's not what I'm talking about. But just really the ABCs in case of an emergency, because drowning is the #1 cause of death in small children.
Wow.
So we take this seriously. Yes.
What a sobering stat. And of course, the YMCA, they also have some swimming classes.
So much great swimming classes. And in fact, there's quite a lot of free classes for keiki and for teens as well.
I love that. That's awesome. Yep. Now, doctor, some kids might be riding their bikes to the beach. Do you have any bike safety tips?
Oh, indeed I do. I used to love to ride my bike as a kid. And I don't know about you guys. We used to ride one kid on the back. You would be standing up, a kid on the handlebars. Oh, what were we doing? Well, we don't say to do that anymore, parents and kids. I like to see children just one on the bike, the right size bike, not the big bike we used to ride as kids. We were like this. Of course, helmets. Helmets can reduce the rate of head injuries by 85%. And it has to be a good fitting helmet that's not damaged. So please check inside to make sure the interior is not cracked. And last but not least is our reflectors, meaning the child should have bright color reflector on. It doesn't have to be the professional one. It could be a bright yellow colored t-shirt and lights that blink on the back and the front of the bike so cars can see your child.
That is just such great advice, Dr. Michelle. Now, before we wrap, can we do a really quick sunscreen 101 class?
Oh, yes. I love talking about sunscreen. So children need sunlight. And that sunlight helps convert vitamin D, the hormone, it's actually a hormone, not a vitamin, that you need for immune function via sunlight. It also makes something called nitric oxide that's good for heart health. It makes something called cholesterol sulfate that's good for the cell membranes, and it even restructures your water. And there are some people who don't get enough sunlight can get depressed. It's called SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So sunlight's very key. But I don't want kids to burn. So when you see your kid pinking up if they're whiter skin, or even if they've been in the sun too long, I say more than a half hour, you need to put that sunblock on. Which ones? I like zinc oxide. Additionally, what I like to say, what people don't know this, vitamin C. Vitamin C, super affordable, tastes really yummy, can offset some burning via reducing oxidative stress on the cells of the skin. So making sure your kids have an adequate vitamin C supplement or adequate foods with vitamin C like melons and kiwis and oranges and other citrus would really help them prevent burning. I don't want to see kids burn. I do want them to get adequate sunlight.
Wow, that's so awesome. I mean, especially summertime, all of those fruits you mentioned, perfect summertime snacks. Now, head on over to GMOScience.org for more information about summer smarts.
And of course, check out Dr. Michelle Perro on her YouTube podcast, The New MDs. Mahalo, doctor. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That is so awesome. These chickens over here could use some sunscreen.
Oh, no.
Papa.
No, they look just
They're
fine.
just fine, Auntie. Yes.
All right, it's National Rotisserie Chicken Day. So this is the subject of our You So Akamai question. What's the time limit